AFTV Dan just saying to me he's stunned. I'm stunned. That was a very poor performance by Arsenal. I don't know, we just didn't turn up tonight. It looked like the team's been enjoying their Christmas too much, because the intensity that I saw at Liverpool, that was just missing today.
Listen, man. Oh, man, where do you start with that? Let's start somewhere where perhaps we don't always start, and maybe we should. Big up to David Moyes and West Ham, because their game plan completely worked. Come and have a go at us. If you think you can break us down, then keep going all night. We weren't going to break them down. The way they defended tonight, to be fair to them, big up to them, because they had no Zuma, they had no Aguerd, Paqueta went off injured. They had a team without Antonio, who normally causes problems here. And West Ham got it right tonight. David Moyes absolutely schooled Arsenal and Arteta, in my opinion. Their game plan worked for West Ham. Now let's come to us, because I'm going to call out some serious players today, Robbie. I'm fed up of some of these performances I've been seeing over consistently poor. Zinchenko tonight was a shambles. I'm sorry. I look at Zinchenko defensively. There is nothing about his game that I like. I was calling him out for the goal at Anfield. I thought it was really poor from him individually. But you can come and look at what Gabriel could have done, or what Martinelli could have done around him, surrounding him. But I'm sick and tired of a left back that can't defend. And I'm looking at it tonight, giving the ball away all game, yet again, gets subbed for a completely different formation because of how poor he was. Really, really, really disappointing with him. Then I look at the man in front of him, who I've been bigging up all season for how great we have a left winger in the best in the league. He's putting me in the mud, Martinelli, right now, because he ain't the best left winger in the league right now. He's one of the worst. I don't know what's happened to this guy. And he's one of my favourite players. And I'll criticise players, whether I love them or hate them. When they have good performances, I'll big them up. Likewise with the team. Martinelli tonight was poor. And he was poor at Anfield. What's happening with him? It's as if our style and our lack of fluidity has come back completely, and the front four look like they've never even worked with each other before. I don't know what was going on tonight. Listen, I understand, and I've just picked up West Ham defensively, but there are a lot of teams that are going to start to see how predictable Arsenal are right now, because there is no answers when people do this low block and say, come through us. There's got to be answers.
But there was 30 shots today, 30 shots by Arsenal, no goals. West Ham, I think 3 shots on target, right? 2 goals and a penalty.
But they did this
clinical.
But they did this at Tottenham, didn't they? Exactly the same thing. David Moyes sets up that way. We need to make sure that we're taking our chances for sure. But did we actually look at anything last night and those 30 shots and go, oh wow, we've been peppering this goal? Because I don't really think Areola had to do much more than pick the ball up a couple of times. All the shots were straight at him. All week as piss, all the shots. There's been underperforming players for a while now. Saka again tonight, poor. Yet again, Ødegaard trying to make things happen, but he's looking for the through ball all the time. There's nobody there, bruv. You're going to have a dig or go safe again. You can't thread it through to Jesus or thread it through to Eddie when he come on. The West Ham fans West Ham players were loving it. They're staying there, keep going. This is easy for us. So, I don't know, we needed an answer after not being able to break down the team like that, because you say 30 shots, but I don't really sit there and think, have we not won this game? I'm stunned by, I'm not stunned by Arsenal in their performance tonight. I'm stunned walking away thinking, why do we have no answers? Why do we have nothing? It's just keep going, it will happen. Keep going, it will happen. We had to try and work something out. And people sit there and say to me, we don't need another striker at this football club. Please look at yourselves. Eddie Nketiah is our top scorer. We need another striker. That should not be happening with the players we got on the pitch. Yeah, big up to Eddie, because he's done well this season when he's come on and when he's put the ball in the back of the net. But we need something more going forward. We have nothing in the box whatsoever. Everybody's standing there going, "Go on, cross it, I dare you," because he ain't getting it. And that was exactly what happened in 2020 when we won against Manchester City at Wembley. We did exactly what West Ham did today. Just leave Jesus in the box because he won't win it. And that is exactly what West Ham did. I'm sick and tired of performances individually from some of these players. You're saying that, listen, right, it is only our first defeat at home this season. So maybe you're being a bit over harsh. I mean, it's a very disappointing because, it would have sent us back to the top of the league. Do you look on it and just say you've got to put it down to be one of those nights and just kick on now? Because we've got a game coming thick and fast against Fulham? Yeah, I mean, we have to. There's nothing else we can do, is there? We have to say that it's a bad night and move on. I do want to reiterate that I thought West Ham did exactly what David Moyes wanted them to do. But when you look at your performance there tonight, nothing was going right for us. Even Declan Rice, on off night, who played well, Rob? Tell me.
Raya.
Well,
Saved the penalty.
he saved the penalty at the end, and to be fair, that was probably the only positive of the night for me. Just a terrible, terrible performance, Rob. And not, the left-hand side, people will sit there and go, did we miss Kai Havertz? He could have been on the pitch. It still would have been the same result. The left-hand side tonight was a shambles. Zinchenko and Martinelli, a lot of people have been talking about Zinchenko's performance on the ball. And I like it, some of the stuff he can do on the ball. But defensively, I have my massive, massive doubts. And, I loved Kieran Tierney. I really wanted to keep Kieran Tierney here. If you're going to move Tierney on, that's fine, right? Replace him with a defender that can actually defend. None of this guy inverts, so we have to have him in the team. I've got to call him out. He'll be disappointed. Zinchenko, you know what he's like. He's not going to be one of these guys who say, you're being harsh on me. He knows he's playing bad. He knows he is. Martinelli must know he's playing bad. So I want him to come out and prove to us that we're going to see a different performance, because Anfield, you walk away and you say, fair play, we've come unscathed, we've got a point, right? But you need to see the performance here to go, do you know what? A draw still ain't great. We need to go and win this game today. We're never winning that game. We could still be out there now and we would not be putting the ball in the back of the net. So I want to see a bounce back against Fulham, and I want to see us going into that window and putting us in the best position possible to maximise this window so that we can go and win this title, which is not going and buying a player on loan like we did last season, or a Trossard coming in, or a Jorginho. Go boom, 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 here we go, there's the title. I want everybody to be looking at us going, Christ, I don't want them coming into Arsenal now. I don't want Ivan Toney near Arsenal. City and Liverpool should be looking now going, I don't want them signing anybody. I want a couple of loan players that we've not really heard of from Brazil. They'll be fine. I don't want, and that's what I don't want. I want now this window to be sorted. I want to maximise this window. I don't want to be left at the end of January saying we're still short, we ain't going to win the title. Bounce back against Fulham, and let's make sure that 2024 is different to the end of 2023.